CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio, who's following the latest on all of this from Tel Aviv for us. So, Ramy, we are now 1 month in since the outbreak of war. What is the situation like today? Give us sort of a lay of the land, if you will.
Sure. A snapshot, so to speak, here in Israel, first off, Anne-Marie. And the priorities for this country are very much threefold. One, for sure, number one, is the destruction of Hamas, as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his government have been saying time and time again over the past 4 weeks. The second priority is the return of the hostages, now numbering at 241. We do know that 5 have come out, but in terms of the well-being, it's basically a black box in trying to figure out what is happening to them. We understand that they are living, many of them, in those tunnels, but at least one of those hostages who were freed was freed in an Al-Shakti refugee camp. And the third is very much a domestic priority. Many people here, there's a rising tide of anger against Netanyahu himself. Many people are calling for his resignation for what they say are the perceived security failures of October 7th. But then in Gaza, we are seeing that they are receiving the fury of Israel's military. We're seeing the airstrikes, the tanks, and the troops incessantly pounding the enclave. We do know that the military has now cut the Strip in two. The Strip itself is only about 25 miles long. They've also encircled Gaza City. The reason for that is because they are trying to take out the Hamas terrorist leadership as well as the infrastructure underneath. At last count, we do know also that there are more than 10,000 that have been killed in this war in Gaza. That's according to the Ministry of Health, run by Hamas, so that can't be independently verified. But nearly 4,000 to 5,000 children are reportedly to have been killed, and the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said that now Gaza is a graveyard for children, and there's no end in sight.
Ramy, you talked about the backlash that Benjamin Netanyahu has been receiving for what many have sort of concluded was Israel's lack of preparedness when it came to that initial terrorist attack. He did an interview with ABC News and he answered a lot of tough questions. I want to find out what he said about, what preparations perhaps are being put in place for after the war and what it would take to stop the fighting.
Sure. I think there is no conversation, at least public yet, Anne-Marie, about what happens after the war. They're very focused on the war and trying to destroy Hamas. The big headlines coming out of that interview were about a pause, a humanitarian pause, a tactical pause, he also said. And there's a spectrum, a small spectrum of difference here, because people are calling for a ceasefire. Netanyahu has said that a ceasefire will not happen until all of the hostages are released. At the same time, Hamas has implied that the hostages will not be released until there is a ceasefire. So already we can see that these groups, these parties are at loggerheads. In terms of the tactical pauses, Netanyahu has said that those have already begun. He said an hour here, an hour there, but just to get in humanitarian aid, medical assistance, maybe to get the hostages in, but nothing else.
Yeah, and I know he also mentioned the idea that perhaps Israel will continue to be responsible for security in Gaza even after this war is over. Though at this point, it's hard to see, when that will happen. I want to ask you about something else, though, before we run out of time. You spoke to a father. And many people will remember this man's initial interview. He had learned that his daughter had perhaps been killed in that initial terrorist attack. And he was grateful. It was perhaps one of the most heartbreaking interviews we had seen. But it looks like there might be new information.
Yes, there is new information. You're talking about Thomas Hand, an Irish citizen who's been living in Israel here for about 30 years. We met him on the Dead Sea, where he and his kibbutz have moved after the October 7th attack. He basically got information that potentially his daughter, Emily, is alive for the very reason that no body has in fact been found. This is in the kibbutz of Be'eri, one of about a dozen or so settlements around the Gaza envelope. And apparently there has also been no DNA evidence, no trace of any DNA. On top of that, he also told us that at least 2 cell phone signals were found in Gaza by the people that she was with, a woman as well as her daughter. So there's this glimmer of hope. And the idea that a parent getting word that their son, their daughter, is dead, and then starting to grieve. That's what he told us. He started to grieve, and then now he's living through a nightmare of imagining what she's going through because she very well may be alive. But he said now he can only cling to hope, and he's calling on Hamas, at least if you release anyone, let it be the children.
Yeah, you know, initially when he had said, I should clarify, when he had said he was grateful when he had learned that his daughter was dead, it was because he felt that if she was in Hamas's hands, she would have been treated badly, she would have been brutalized, and there was a sense of relief, he said, knowing that she would not be succumbing to that. I'm sure now, knowing that there's a possibility that she may be alive, his feelings are different. It was clear he was a father, you know, that was grief-stricken at the time, and let's hope this turns out for the best for him. Ramy, thank you very much.